This is Defiler of the Just on Epic Normal, and this is a raid, and it's meant for 12 people. We're gonna run it with three and then two dual boxes that won't be playing, just coming for the loot and the experience. And so this is a raid you can run with a couple of friends on Epic Normal. In some ways, it's almost a better experience than running in a 12-person group because this raid is notorious for lag, and there's a reasonable chance that we'll end up lagging out and failing because of lag. But it's much less likely with less people.
The sounds of battle echoed throughout the skies as the Archon's enemies defended their territory.
Yeah, a lot of people die to these blades. It's not too bad if you're running through it, but when you stay, you want to kind of find a spot like right around here, um, in a line, and we'll have to get our dual boxers here. We'll see if Shiley gets hit. Actually, I think we're getting hit, so let me just move a little bit over this way, kind of where more closer to where Shiley is. And it seems like we're not getting hit right here. Cronavir is. He just needs to move a little bit to the right. And once this is a gather party mission, so once everybody's here, we're going to get all of these. All right, and there's probably a few. I'll run around and get any of the loose enemies and kind of gather them back to the party. There's usually one or two that might have missed it, and then I'll bring them back to the party now. Here, and then. All right, so the gate's open.
Falls from the sky, downed by the Devil's ballista fire. You must protect the fallen Archon.
And so Shiley and I are going to go. Shiley and I are going to go north.
If they are not held back,
and
the battle will be lost.
Cronavir is going to solo the south, and we're both first lifers. He's a little stronger, much stronger character than we are individually, so it kind of makes sense. So we got one of the rooms is going to randomly have mobs. It's us. We're going to try to get them all grouped up. A lot of red names and orange names. No shrine in this quest. It's when the quest came out, it was sort of a very caster unfriendly type quest. You know, people complained about that. All right, so now we're going to kind of watch for a message, and we're going to look for archons, and we're going to try to get the ones that are on our side. And there's usually one on each side. Each archon has two Abishai that you have to take out, executioners that you have to take out associated with it to release the Abishai. Sometimes there's a third, and so we have some fail conditions in here, and if it lags, it almost always results in a fail. We can't
Another
let...
Archon has fallen.
Alright, so now we look around. There's one on this side. And so we're going to go to this side and kill the executioners. Kind of gather them up on the ramps away from the blades. Get them together. And then both Shiley and I are going to focus on this side. We got 42 seconds. Alright, so we got ours. And now we've got one reinforcement left. So Shiley took care of the reinforcements in the room. Alright, and we didn't lose any. And there's another fail condition if you get too many devil reinforcements. So it's basically a DPS test. It was a very, you know, at the time this quest came out, melees were sort of at a high point. There's a few abilities that you can just really do a lot of damage with melee weapons or raid weapon. And this was sort of like a low point for casters when this quest came out. But now casters, they've made some changes and improved casters. I think casters could do this raid fine. So we've done it.
Another Archon has fallen.
All right, so now we're going to look on this side again. So we're going to, Shiley and I are going to take care of these first. This is priority 1, these executioners. Down, and then we're going to get whatever's in the room. And it looks like it's on the other side. And, you know, checking in with Chronavir, he's having no problem soloing on his side. And it's pretty easy on our side with 2. So you can see this raid could easily be handled with a couple people. And this build is really good for this raid because if for some reason we lack the DPS in the end fight, there's this quest was all about being a DPS test, and you have to take down the end boss really fast. If you don't take him down fast, there's this sort of like bombardment that happens that kills most characters. Now the 3 of us could probably all live because we all have evasion. I have a high reflex and epic reflexes. Same is true with Chronavir, and Shiley has a high reflex save and improved evasion, which comes with being, you know, enough rogue levels. It's one of the feats special feats you can take as a rogue. So all of us would do pretty well in that end fight, even if we don't take the boss down. But you don't want to push your luck. Okay, now it's on this side, so you just look up and you see the kind of pillar of light, and then you gather up the Abishai over to the ramp. You want to get him on the ramp. And then we need to get any reinforcements. It looks like they're let's gather them up. And the orange names here, reinforcements, can be, a lot of them are red names, but the orange names can be executed or assassinated, and my holy retribution can kill them. These red names can't, obviously. So pretty easy. I mean, I think there's a pretty good chance we can handle legendary hard, but we normally, this is part of our, what I would call a thread run. So you can get some threads from these raids, and so we would just 3-man a bunch of raids on legendary normal. This is one of them, and we would get, you know, some threads of, let me show you. These threads of fate, and these can be turned in for various cool things.
Another Archon has fallen.
Alright, so we look up, and now we have one that's kind of outside, so we're gonna have to go outside. And they're not right by the pillar, so we'll have to look around and try to find it. Alright, and there's one. So we want to get it kind of close to its spawn spot, otherwise it stops signs. And there's usually one over here then. Nope. So there's one up on the ramp. So Shiley has that one. Both down here. There it is. I don't know if it stops now. Sure, Tath is a dual box. He's not really actively playing. I'd obviously like to get the. Let's see if it's going to get up and fly now. Looks like it's getting up to fly. So I think we got both executioners. If not, we'll know real quickly. Yep, no Archons defeated, so we're good. We're good to go there.
Another Archon has fallen.
All right, so again, it's in the middle. It should be the same spots as last time. So there's one up there, and there's one, I think, down here. I'm going to grab this one here. There's the other one. Perfect. It's easier when they're both together. All right, so now we got that, and now we got our reinforcements. It's weird that it's only showing 4 because it should actually be. I thought it would be 5, but maybe it is 4. And these those bosses do this like disease thing that can kill you, but we're immune as a paladin. I'm immune to disease, so I don't have to worry about it. And again, looking at our scorecard here, we have no reinforcements on the board. If there is one, we'd have to kind of hunt it down. Sometimes they might leave the room because they see us getting an executioner and then not come back in. No Archons are defeated. We could have up to 5 defeated. There is going to be a wave where there's 3 sets of Archons instead of 2, and so it's likely we'll have 1 defeated in that wave. Because with this approach, you could do it with
Another
2 people
Archon
as
has
well.
fallen.
We're just looking for the one on our side, and very possible we could miss. If there's a third one, we could miss it. Get him on the ramp, away from the blades. All right, and now I think we're to the. Our reinforcements are on that side. Pretty soon we're gonna have reinforcements on both sides. Later in the quest that starts. No Archons defeated. Let's just see if there's any pillars of light. So there is one in the middle. We'll see if we can find another executioner. I think it looks like it might be a fail. See if we can get it. Let's see if we can find the other one. We got 14 seconds left. Lag. All right, so if someone got the other one, we're good. And there's 2 reinforcements left. That might be on our side. All right. We're back in here. And so I think we're good. Yeah. So there was there was actually 3 that time. Let's see. And there's one on this side. All right. And now we have 8 reinforcements. We have 4 on each side. So I'm going to try to get them grouped up. And then... And we just wait for the next Archon. So once we start seeing double waves like that, it means we're getting kind of close to the end. And then once you see 4 reinforcements with no Archons, that's the final wave right before the end fight. And that's going to happen on, it might be, it's either 4 or 5. That's going to happen on one of the
Another
sides.
Archon has
All
fallen.
right, Archon, and we've got one in the middle and one on our side. So we'll have to see if I'm going to drag these back to the ramp. Again, just might as well make it a little easier without the floats. All right, we want them together, so here. All right, and then 8 reinforcements, and then let me see. All right, so let's see if there's any more executioners. There's. Alright, and let's see if there's another. Yeah, generally not best practice to come in the middle, but we had one Archon in the middle, so. Okay, that's the final wave there of 5. And is that on our side, or looks like it might be on Cronavir's side? So we had another double wave of sets of 3 Archons instead of 2 there. So normally, like, we each take whatever one is on our side, and then on top of that, we have to kind of share responsibility for the middle. It's a totally valid strategy to ignore the third one and just let there be 2 fails. It just means you're going to have 2 other enemies to fight at the end fight. Not a big deal. So, but we want to, we like to try to get them all if we can. All right, 4 reinforcements. So that means we're done. There's 4 reinforcements on his side. That's the final wave. When you get 4 reinforcements with no Archons, that's how you know you're in the final wave. And they're a little bit tougher of devils. They're these commanders, more hit points, do a little more damage. Although on normal, not too bad. All right, and whoop, there's another one.
The Archons control the skies, forcing the Devil army to fall back. The way into the heart of the Devil Fortress is now open. Now is the time to strike.
And so, because we were like pretty much staying to our sides and ignoring everything we didn't need to, there's a lot of mobs to kind of clear at the end. And then the way is east, and you want to be careful here. You see where Cronavir is. You don't want to cross that line until everybody's ready, because it'll kick off the end fight, and then people will get locked out. So as soon as you see somebody cross over there, kind of step over to the other side for sure. But the best thing is if people wait and go through at the same time. Looks like Shiley's found a few enemies to fight. He's very capable, doesn't really need our help. Right, then we usually just all step over together, make sure we're all ready, and then we start the fight.
The haughty
And
Aurelius leading the Devil forces calls
2
to
things. We're going to have this worm to fight first.
You'll regret you ever came to Shavarath. My pet will make quick work of you.
right, we just want to take this down as quick as we can. All right, so it's down.
So you still
And
think
now
you're
we want to
fighting an
gather
army of
around this
Archons?
guy
So be
and
it.
take him down as fast
Let's
as
see if you're
possible.
fast on your feet.
And if we don't, there's going to be this bombardment that does massive damage and kill the party. We could probably evade it, but we don't want to push our luck.
Too bad I can't corrupt you as I did the Archons.
And you usually want to surround it.
I will deal with you myself. Pick up
There we go.
coordinates to
And
the
we did
Devil's
that pretty
Refuser
fast, so.
to transform the Archons into Erenihis. Judging from the runes, the page relates to Shavarath in some
And
way.
10 Threads of Fate,
Perhaps someone back in
64
Amrath would know
Defiler
more.
runes for normal. Not too bad. Let's see if anybody got anything. I don't think so. On normal, the drop rate's kind of low, but we've done this quite a bit. Done it with 3 people on normal, and we've had pretty good luck with drops. I'm sure we could do it on hard, but for us, raiding is sort of just like a fun, relaxing thing, and we're not really looking for a super challenge. We run Reapers for quests, but we do our raids. We just like to kind of get a pretty smooth completion. So um, I'm sure we could do this one on hard, no problem, but we've just always done it on normal, also because of the lag. And that is Devour the Just raid on normal with 3 people.